Wage War. I have no idea who this band is, but I'm intrigued. It's a song called Manic. And I also don't know what to expect about it, but I have a feeling it's going to go hard. Is that what's going to happen here? Am I going to be rocked off my socks? Shout out today goes to Rob. Thank you for your support on my Buy Me a Coffee page. I'm excited to check this one out with you guys. I appreciate your support on my Buy Me a Coffee page, for your continued suggestions. Make sure to subscribe, to like, comment, share. And if you ever find new artists through this channel, please make sure to go listen to the original on their YouTube page, on Spotify. Check them out on Instagram and Facebook, and let them know I sent you. Or if you rediscovered a group you've heard before, but you hadn't listened to that song in a while, let these artists, let the music industry and the labels know there are plenty of YouTube channels out here that are bringing education in their own right, but also, if promoting an artist for the sake of actually promoting and supporting, and to use fair use for what it is. Known for blending heavy, aggressive breakdowns with melodic choruses, the quintet has released several acclaimed albums. Okay. Through Fearless Records. We got Brighton on lead vocals, Cody on rhythm guitar, Seth on lead guitar, Chris on bass, Steven on drums. Okay. Metalcore. I'm always amazed continually at how many subgenres there are to rock into metal. Am I ready for this? Oh, snap.
Fear hits like a drug in the veins. Hard to stop like a runaway train. Look around, but there's nobody to blame. Oh, what a shame. Spending nights just staring at the wall. Pay no mind to the demons in the hall. Yeah, I'm numb, I don't feel nothing at all. Brace for the fall. Try to calm myself down, but I feel the panic. Is it all up in my head? Am I going manic?
Oh, snap. That's very interesting. That's him. Next to him in the bed, right? That's poignant.
Try to calm myself down, but I feel the panic. Is it all up in my head? It's a war, but I'm never on attack. Holding on, but I'm slipping through the cracks. Don't wanna be another body in the stack. Never coming back. Spending nights just staring at the wall.
Oh, that was creepy. Did you guys see that figure in the background? This is a horror movie. Look at that. What? Oh my gosh, look at the left. Yee!
Nights just staring at the wall. Pay no mind to the demons in the hall. Yeah, I'm numb, I don't feel nothing at all. Brace for the fall. Try to calm myself down, but I feel the panic. Is it all up in my head? Am I going manic? Try to calm myself down, but I feel the panic. Is it all up in my head? Manic! Try to calm myself down, but I feel the panic. Is it all up in my head? Am I going manic? Try to calm myself down, but I feel the panic. Is it all up in my head? Manic! Out of body, out of mind, telling everyone I'm fine, but I'm showing them a lie. Out of body, out of mind, think I'm running out of time. Oh God, I don't wanna die. I don't wanna die.
I'd like to know in the comments what you guys think when you see imagery like that of someone punching what they thought of might have been themselves and now turns out is mirror, glass, reflection of sorts. What is the psychology behind that? Talk to me in the comments.
I don't wanna die. Die. Try to calm myself down, but I feel the panic. Is it all up in my head? Ah! Try to calm myself down, but I feel the panic. Is it all up in my head? Manic. Try to calm myself down, but I feel the panic. Is it all up in my head? Am I going manic? Try to calm myself down, but I feel the panic. Is it all up in my head? Manic.
Oh, snap. That glitch in the end. It's getting hot in here. Woo! Okay, this is intense, y'all. Woo! Okay, there's a lot to talk about. Okay. Clearly, I'm like fumbling. Whew. Couple of things. Like I said a second ago, I'm fascinated by the fact how many subcategories there are between rock and metal. And I'm grateful for it. I love music from all around the world. As you guys know, we're literally about going around the world to explore music and mental health and more. So I'm always fascinated by various genres. You can't box me in when it comes to what I like to listen to. But I am so grateful for metal and rock because I feel like there are conversations, topics, thematics that, if sung about in any other genre, wouldn't quite do it justice. And this conversation about feeling like you're going crazy, I'm gonna pull up the lyrics here, and manic mindset or state of mind, and mental health and personality disorders and different things like that. I feel those things almost any other genre wouldn't do justice to, or justice of. What's the word? What's the preposition? You know what I mean? Like metal and metalcore and subgenres of rock and metal, they do these kinds of topics such justice. Not that you couldn't sing about mental health and R&B and soul and rap about it and other genres, but music like this is just so fitting to what we're actually singing about, and I'm grateful for it. For those of you who don't know, though, I'm sure that many of you do, manic is a word for, or a manic episode is usually a severe mental state. It's not necessarily just the opposite of being depressed, and super excited. It is a severe mental state that is characterized by intense, elevated, irritable mood, where you have a difficulty listening to others, you have insomnia, spending beyond one's means. Possibly during a manic episode, people might have unrealistic overconfidence, like delusions of grandeur. They might not take care of themselves, inability to focus. It's extreme energy, less need for sleep, mood changes, racing thoughts and speech. So it can lead to, worst cases, psychosis, where you might have hallucinations or delusions, which was interesting because in the end, as he's walking through these mannequins and the mannequin shifts its head, to me, that was a nod to an hallucination where the manic episode is reaching its peak and possibly turning into a psychosis. It can be caused by genetics. It can be caused by brain chemistry, the neurotransmitters that are experienced, where there's an imbalance between your neurotransmitters. It can be a symptom of different disorders. It could be triggered by significant life changes and high stress levels. Sometimes certain medication can trigger a manic episode. Being manic is definitely not just a random word that we hear in regards to therapy and psychology. It's a big struggle. It's painful. People who are bipolar or experience borderline personality disorder, or are bipolar or experience bipolar disorder or other mental health issues, if they go through these waves of depression or manic episodes, it is not just a matter of a person having a lot of energy and being excited. It is a distortion of thought, a lack of sleep and restlessness. It's an unhealthy extreme. It's not just, if this person has a lot of energy. It is turmoil. It's turmoil. It's very difficult. And here I feel like both the genre that this song is in, the metalcore, as well as the whole composition, really does justice to how painful this place, this state of mind is. And that's why I'm so grateful for metal and rock and music like this, because like I said, other music might not do it quite as justice. The distortion, the shredding on the guitar, the staccato, the increase in the drums, his screaming, that shift in from that roaring growl scream to the high-pitched scream was also very fitting to what a manic episode might feel like to an individual. The whole music video, very fitting, that almost vintage looking like wallpaper that looked all distorted. Two versions of himself side by side, perhaps also in a conversation about depression and a manic episode, or having an outer body experience, not being of sound mind, walking through the mannequins and that mannequin turning its head towards you, that demon looking figure behind him. Also very interesting because it feels like possibly a nod to having a delusional moment or hallucinations, but possibly also a nod to that lingering thing behind you that you feel is controlling you. It's not just a matter of turning it on or off. Someone who struggles with this is not just can't just be told, well, just think positive and just take a few deep breaths, right? There's sometimes a need for medication, for in-depth therapy. This is a painful place to be in, a painful place or thing to experience. And this song does justice just to the weight of that. Fear hits like a drug in the veins, hard to stop like a runaway train, right? It hits you out of nowhere. It's intense. It's painful. Look around, but there's no one to blame. What a shame. Isn't it such a shame that you can't just go, oh, it's an external threat. It's easier to eliminate external threats. It's painful when it's within you, when your mind is playing tricks on you, when there's a chemical imbalance between your neurotransmitters, when there's a trigger that is out of your control. And it now hits you like a runaway train. Spending nights staring at the wall, which is a conversation about insomnia, which people who suffer from a manic episode go through. Pay no mind to the demons in the hall. I'm numb. I don't feel nothing at all. Braced for the fall. This to me is a conversation also about if I've been here before. And when it comes to manic episodes, that's unfortunately often also what is happening is this repetition. It becomes sometimes even like almost like a dependency. Try to calm myself down, but I feel the panic. It's this feeling of overwhelm that is not just simply gotten rid of with a couple of breathing exercises. It's all up in my head. Am I going manic? Try to calm myself down, but I feel the panic. And this is also, I think, a conversation about the spiraling. This is not just a little bit of anxiety. This is very cyclical, and it's so painful because your brain will play tricks on you. And as you're trying to calm yourself down, the panic kicks in. It's almost like trying to breathe and get out of the manic episode makes the manic even worse. Try to calm myself down, but I feel the panic. And then that repeats and tags, which is also very fitting to how cyclical manic episodes can be. Out of body, out of mind, telling everyone I'm fine, but I'm selling them a lie. Thinking I'm running out of time. I don't want to die. And here I thought this was so poignant because a manic episode and this type of panic and overwhelm and out-of-body experience, this heightened energy that has you almost delusional, is terrifying. It's terrifying. Nobody wants to die. I think really deep down, we want to live. We want to survive. We don't want to be depressed. We don't want to have ideations. We don't want to suffer like this. And it's this honest conversation about saying, I'm not being honest with the world around me. And this cry out to God. Try to calm myself down, but I feel the panic. It's all up in my head. And then it keeps tagging that, saying manic. And then in the end, the mannequin turning its head. And I think that's a conversation about being so lost in your own mind, but then also it possibly turning into a psychosis. I am grateful for songs and genres like this because they do justice to how painful and how deep this is. I think this is important that we have songs like this so we can talk about it, so we can destigmatize mental health issues, and so we can try to also empathize more with what people are going through and find ways to support them and to help them. It has to be through therapy and through medicine at times, but it also takes relationship. There is power in someone else saying, me too, or in saying, I understand, or I can empathize, or I heard this song and then help me understand more what you must be going through. That does something with people when they see that they're less alone in this world. That song went hard. Oh my gosh. What are your thoughts about this one? Intense metalcore. Make sure to subscribe for more music from around the world, all genres, eras, countries, languages. My name is Rosalie. I'm honored you're here. Subscribe.